I'm Seppo Salminen. I'm a professor at the Faculty of Medicine in Turku, Finland, and I work both as a teacher and a research person at the university. I have also run the Functional Food Research, Food and Health Research Center for almost 20 years at the university. The real focus is food and health in general, but that's for the teaching. For research, it's mainly gut microbiota interactions with human health, and ways of modulating gut microbiota. So my longest research career has been in probiotics, but also including prebiotics and other biotic components recently. It's a tough question because I have always been interested in gut microbiota. But earlier on, people were not thinking about gut microbiota and health, even except for pathogens. I did my PhD in the United Kingdom, and I did it in interactions of dietary components, mainly polyols and gut microbiota. And that led me to understand that whether you do animal studies or human studies, gut microbiota is important for health. And as we see today, the area has developed quite dramatically, and now everybody understands that there's a relationship to gut microbiota composition and activity and human health. So my path has been from the anaerobic blood box to the modern DNA-based methods and back to culturing gut microbiota again, trying to understand the interactions of different microbes and also viruses. Well, my highlights of the career has been quite different. I changed my mind a couple of times. So I started my studies at the University of Helsinki in Finland, but I wanted to get something more. And I spent 2 years at Washington State University in the US and returned to the United Kingdom to do my PhD at the University of Surrey there. So all those research periods outside my home university have been really highlights and have taught me a lot about different ways of doing things, also tackling research from many different angles. And another highlight certainly has been my postdoctoral work at Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology in Melbourne, Australia, where I focused really on the safety of different components of gut microbiota, and especially on the safety of probiotics. And then another highlight is visiting professorship at the Boku University in Vienna, Austria. And I would also consider a highlight my long service with the European Food Safety Authority in their nutrition panel, which also handles novel food safety and health claims. I have been lucky enough to be able to collaborate with many researchers, and there are many that have been very rewarding in terms of the research career, teaching health, also personal friendship. So it's difficult to name one or two. And of course, young researchers have been really the highlight of this work area. Being at the university, you are always working with young people and the generations that come and challenge you. And all those challenges have helped in finding new directions to research. So I think I would give a lot of credit to the young researchers that have joined the team and continued the work later on, returning home to different parts of the world. Again, working with really high-class researchers has been very rewarding, and discussing challenging questions and learning to understand why people have different views on some research questions. That has been the most rewarding part. And of course, building friendship with the people who have been in the board of directors of ISAPP. I would say that one of my favorite substances to support gut microbiota has been viili, a very Finnish fermented milk product. And of course, I use yogurt, making smoothies almost every morning, or even adding to breakfast porridge and cereals. And during the last decade, also fermented oats. That has been really important to support the gut microbiota in my case. And at the end, I would say that I worked with the xylitol, 5-carbon polyalcohol, which is used as a sugar substitute in chewing gum, as a non-cardiogenic sugar substitute. And that's something that I use also daily for dental and oral health.